Hello, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. At the beginning of this year, I made it my mission to get my entire house decluttered in 2024, and I am so happy to say that I have stuck to my word and have made so much progress around my home. I was just so sick and tired of the clutter and the amount of stuff that we had around our house. When your home is overcluttered, it tends to just lead to a lot of messes and a lot of disorganization, and those were the issues that I was dealing with. It was causing me to feel overwhelmed and frustrated and anxious, and I was finding myself just moving the clutter from one area of my home to the next, and it was just no longer working for me. So in this video, I will be sharing all of my tips and tricks, as well as some of the lessons I learned along the way. The biggest project I did tackle this year was my basement, which you will see all 4 parts of in this video. I did also include some of my other popular decluttering videos from earlier this year and compiled them to bring you this long decluttering marathon. I hope it gives you all of the motivation that you are needing to maybe tackle an area around your home that you have been dreading dealing with. That was how I was feeling at the start of this journey, but I promise you it gets easier and it feels amazing once it is done. So I really hope you enjoy this one, and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Hello everyone, and welcome back. Today's video is the long-awaited basement declutter. I am going to just start off by completely exposing myself here with these before clips. This is the current state of my basement, and it is truly embarrassing. It has gotten so bad and so out of hand. We moved into this house in June of 2018, so over 6 years ago, and I have not once been down here to organize or clean or declutter. And it really shows. We have collected so much stuff throughout the years, and we have just been through a lot of life phases with raising babies and growing our family, and things have just accumulated, and we ended up storing everything down here when we no longer needed them instead of just getting rid of it at the time, and I just never dealt with it. So that brings us to the mess you are now seeing. This basement declutter is going to end up being 3 or 4 parts, so I hope you're excited. I ended up working down here for over 4 hours this day, and the transformation in just the one day is insane. This basement has been looming over my head for honestly years, and it feels absolutely amazing to be down here and finally doing something about it. So I really hope you enjoy today's video and it motivates you and inspires you to maybe tackle an area that you have also been neglecting. You might not be able to tell from these clips, but the start of the decluttering process definitely started off a little rough. I was having such a hard time trying to decide where to start and how to start, and I just picked an area and started throwing things out. And that is honestly my best advice. If you have a project that is very overwhelming, just start and it will come together. I did decide to start putting all of the kids and baby items off to the side because we no longer use or need any of these. You will see me making a pile here. I do not know why I didn't get rid of this stuff, as we no longer needed it. We did know Quinn was our last baby and knew we would never need this stuff again, but instead of selling it or donating it or dealing with it at the time, I just stored it down here, and honestly, it was pretty much just out of laziness and convenience. I didn't feel like dealing with it at the time, but now I am stuck with this giant mess. Learn from me, do not make my same mistakes, and just get rid of stuff as you no longer need it. It is so much easier, and I will never be making this mistake again. Got you haunted. The doubt in you was enough to leave me chasing you on and on. As I started getting some things off of the floor and getting some areas cleared, I decided that that was going to be my plan of attack for day one. I wanted to get the floors completely cleared of all the stuff That way I could walk around down here without having to step over things or step on things. And I also would have access to the shelving units. As you can see, there are things piled in front of them, and it's just not an easy place to maneuver around. So I am going to be spending my day clearing everything off of the floors that I know we no longer need. I'm going to be throwing out so much stuff. We are going to be donating a good majority of what you see me take out of this area. I was bringing it all upstairs and we were posting it, or we were going to take it directly to the donation center. That is probably my number one advice when it comes to decluttering is the second you are finished your declutter, get the stuff out of your house. Don't leave it at the front door. Don't leave it in your car. Don't put it away in a closet somewhere because you don't want to deal with it, because I promise you it will more than likely make its way back into your home and it's like you never decluttered at all. You don't want to waste your time, so definitely get it in your vehicle and get it out and to the donation center as quickly as you can. You can also post things on Facebook and people will come directly to your home and grab it from you hassle-free. So this was the pile of all of the kids and baby stuff that I knew we no longer needed, and I immediately took it upstairs and Justin got it out the door. We were a two-man team this day, which was really nice. It was nice having the help, but I of course could have done that portion myself later on in the evening, but it was a big help to have an extra set of hands. So this plastic piece right here, I honestly am not 100% sure what this belongs to. I think maybe it's for my dryer so you can dry a pair of shoes, but I could be so wrong. I did put it off to the side because I thought I may need it, and that is the problem when it comes to decluttering with me. I'm always worried when I get rid of something that the time may come that I will need it or want it, but I decided to get rid of it. I didn't technically even know exactly what it was. I have never once needed it or used it or even thought about it. So I'm going to be getting rid of it, and I honestly will never think about it again. So these blue bags here are full of Christmas garland. So I am just putting them off to the side because I will deal with those once we get to the Christmas decor and all of those bins. I am really excited to have this space a lot more organized. There have been a couple of times where I will decorate for fall or Halloween or Christmas, and I noticed that I forgot some of my decor after it is said and done because I just didn't see it on the shelf and it wasn't with the rest of the decor items. So this is going to be so much better down here, and I am thinking about getting some matching containers and storage bins. So once we have the decluttering series done, stay tuned for a big organization video as well.
Trees aren't green, the ocean is gray, sky is a vague blue, come my way. My room is a mess, it could use a hand. My favorite TV shows to capture in.
I have so many bags and boxes of kids' shoes down here. I have never been good at organizing stuff seasonally. And again, I just throw things into a bag or a box when we no longer need it upstairs, and it always manages to find its way down here instead of going to the donation center or us selling it or just dealing with it at the time. So I am just quickly going through and finding all of the shoes and just pairing them up. There are a couple pairs that I am keeping, like the winter boots, because I think those will fit my kids again this year. And at the very least, I will try them on. And if they don't, I will also donate those. I'm also keeping some of the larger sizes of the girls' shoes and boots because I know they will fit Quinn as she gets a little older. But anything that belongs to Grayson, I am getting rid of it because they are not going to be used again in this house. All of the shoes that I am setting off to the side here are the ones that I couldn't find the pair to, so I'm sure we will be coming across more bags of shoes as we continue our decluttering journey down here. Get back in the fight. This can't be a surprise. I think I'll let it slide. I'm sleepwalking through all of my problems. I feel like another reason a lot of people struggle with decluttering, including myself, is because it can just feel kind of wasteful. Nobody goes into purchasing an item to think, hey, I'm going to throw this out in a few years. But that seems to happen with a lot of items around your home. I have really been trying to be more of a minimalist and someone who is under consuming. I used to love shopping, and don't get me wrong, I still do, but I would have excessive amounts of certain things, and it is something that I have honestly grown out of. I have really reeled back on my spending. I honestly could not tell you the last thing I bought that was frivolous. I like to keep my collections smaller these days. I have a very small collection of makeup. I decluttered my closet, and I don't think I've bought a new item of clothing since. I do love to shop for my kids, but even then, it is not as much as it used to be, because when you do declutter and you throw out items, or if you are donating items, it is kind of like getting rid of your money you worked hard for and money you spent on items just to throw it out. It has been a little bit of a tough lesson to learn, and I would be lying if I said I didn't start off a little hesitant when I started throwing things away, but it did get easier as the process went on, and I will say it is only going to get worse once we get into the shelving units. I know there is going to be a lot of things in here that I'm going to be getting rid of, donating and selling and throwing out, but it's feeling so good to just get it done, and it is the fresh start that I have been needing.
Yeah. Here's to the good days, here's to the sorrows. If this is a mistake, I know about tomorrow. I don't want to fight no more, cause I don't feel the need.
I did have a little stack of books on the floor here, and these were mostly Halloween themed, so I did just put them into this storage bin with a couple of Christmas pillows, and I am just going to put this off to the side, so once I get into organizing and decluttering all my seasonal decor, I will add these to the correct bin.
Let it go. And that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. We had a good run, don't say we didn't. I was your first love, and you were my first one. Cheers to all the memories, the venom and the remedies, yeah. Promise I won't forget, yeah. Maybe it's something in the water, or maybe...
We did recently receive this laundry basket of books from my mother-in-law. These were books that she had from when Justin was a kid, so I am going to go through them and keep the ones I want and donate the ones that we don't need. I was kind of sad because a good majority of this laundry basket was chapter books, and my kids are not yet at the age where they can read chapter books, and I didn't want to store these down here and just add to the clutter. My mission was getting rid of anything and everything that we weren't currently using. So keeping books that my kids can't read for another couple of years felt a little counterproductive. So unfortunately, I did decide to donate a lot of these, but I did keep a lot of them as well. The pile off to the right are the ones I am keeping, and as you can see, it was a good amount. A lot of them were age appropriate, and a lot of them were actually preparation books for grade 1 and 2, which is perfect because that is the grades that Gray and Rowan are going into.
Wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry. 'Cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. So baby, bye. It's for the best and you know why. You gotta leave me here right now.
So this was around the 3-hour to 3.5-hour mark, and this is when I was really starting to power down. I was so exhausted, and it was also incredibly dusty down here. So I was sneezing, my eyes were watering, my nose was running, and my chest even kind of hurt. And I was ready to be done for the day, but I was determined to get the rest of the floor cleaned up. And this area here is the area right when you walk down the stairs, and it is the first thing you see. It is in the way, it's a big mess, and I, like I said, was determined to get everything done and cleaned up. A lot of this stuff is also Justin's tools from projects we have done around the home, so I am throwing out a lot of it that I know he didn't need, but I am sorting a lot of it into this fabric bin as well, and I will be bringing this upstairs for him to sort back into the garage.
For a while, I would have told you I miss your smile. I thought of you as a friend who can't let go, but when you left I could feel it grow, like a body of water, seeping through the edges of my soul.
I do plan on storing all of these paint cans and all of the painting supplies underneath the stairs, but it's going to be shocking, I know. It's an absolute mess underneath the stairs as well, so I'm going to have to clean that area out first. So for now, I am just going to store this stuff off to the side and out of the way.
Inside, let me stay there for a while.
So I have all of my old cleaning tools, my vacuums, my stick vacuums. I have this one. I haven't used this in probably 5 years. I like to save these in case Justin can fix them or I need them for parts, but they've just been sitting down here. I don't know who I'm trying to kid, but I'm finally just going to get rid of these. I'm gonna go throw these in Justin's truck because we are definitely going to be needing to do a dump run.
Some things change.
So this was garbage bag number 4 that was full, and I honestly could not believe how much stuff I had already thrown out, and that was only what was on the floor. I haven't even started diving into all of the bins and the shelving units, so it's going to be very interesting to see how many garbage bags I am able to fill by the end of this.
I feel like I've been here before, familiar with the view. This ain't nothing new. And every time that you walk through the door, I'm hit by the same old side, blinded by the lights, and I'm going through changes, but it's easier with you.
We have a ton of doors from around our home store down here. We took a bunch off from the laundry room closet where we built the hall tree, and we also took the doors off of the girls' closet, and I don't know where the rest of these doors are from, honestly, but I just wanted to move these to the back of the basement so they were a little more out of the way. I'm sure we will find a little bit of a better solution, but for now, I just wanted to move these so I could get in behind here and see what I had. So the last thing I decided to do this day was just break down this Dyson stick vacuum box. I do like to save the boxes of any electronics or larger purchases I make just in case they stop working early on, so I have the box to return them. But of course, years later, I still have the box and it is serving no purpose. So I'm gonna break this down and add it to my recycling bag. I was so exhausted and so drained. I closed all of my rings on my Apple Watch, my move ring and my exercise ring. I think it said I did 23 flights of stairs in the 3 hours, and it was a lot of work. Here are the 4 huge trash bags that I filled on day 1, and I will, of course, also show you an overview of the after and what the basement is looking like so far. That is going to be it for today's video. I am absolutely exhausted. I have been down here for over 4 hours, but I feel like I got a lot accomplished. I'm really happy with how it's going. I started off very overwhelmed and just not knowing where to start, but the key is to just start. I feel like once I just moved the first thing, I just kept going and going, and I got a lot accomplished. But next week's video is probably going to be a lot more structured. I'm going to start deep diving into all of the shelves. So I think I'm gonna start with this shelf here. I honestly think, minus the bottom rack here, which is mostly fall decor, I think we're gonna get rid of almost all of this. I am going to go box by box, opening everything and just getting rid of things that we don't need. I don't even know what is in pretty much any of this. This is a brand new coffee maker and it's still in the box. I think I got that for Christmas a couple years ago to put in our trailer for camping, and I didn't even know I had it, so it's just sitting there. It's just ridiculous. It's been a long time coming. So we are going to get rid of pretty much everything on that shelf. This is a lot of decor. So Easter, more fall stuff, Halloween, and then that side is Christmas, but still I'm gonna go through it all and get rid of things we no longer need and use. We're gonna donate, we're gonna throw out, and we're gonna get it done. We're going to also get rid of all these mattresses. I don't know if these will be garbage or if we can just give them to somebody who needs them. I'll have to take a look at them, and then I also have to go through these boxes. But again, I am just so exhausted. I don't have it in me to do it today. My chest hurts. It's been so dusty down here. But that is it, and it just looks so much better already. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed this one and it motivated you to maybe tackle an area around your home that you have been neglecting, because I have been neglecting this basement for honestly 2 years. And trust me, if I can do it, you can do it, because I have been dreading it and there is nothing I wanted to do less than tackle it. So now that I got started, I am really happy to be getting it done. I am motivated to finish it off and determined to never ever let it get like this again, because it was truly embarrassing. But thank you again for watching. I probably have 2 or 3 more basement videos coming while we tackle the shelves and just kind of do a last declutter of it all. But I will see you guys next week with a brand new video. Bye, guys. Hello everyone, and welcome back for part 2 of my basement declutter. I am so excited to be continuing on with this huge project. If you missed last week's video, I will have a link down below, but I will also share a few clips from where we started on this decluttering journey. As you can see here, it was an absolute disaster, and we got a ton done on day 1, and this is currently how things are looking. As you can see, it is a huge transformation already, but we are nowhere near done yet, so we are going to be continuing on today. My project for this day was to start clearing off and decluttering these shelving units, and I am just giving you a quick overview of what they were currently looking like. I have honestly not touched anything on this side of the shelf, so I already knew I was going to be getting rid of most of it, and it did end up being a very productive day. I hope you enjoy this one, and thank you so much for being here. So I wanted to start off by just taking everything off of the top shelf and working my way down. I had absolutely no idea what was in any of these boxes. Like I said, it has honestly been years since I've touched anything on this shelf. So I just wanted to get it all down so I could kind of see what I was working with. I was attempting to get this large box off the top down as well, but you will see in a second, things kept falling on my head and I was honestly scared of getting injured. So I did have to grab Justin to come and grab it for me because it was very heavy and I knew it wasn't going to end well if I continued trying to do it myself. But we're going to get all of these onto the floor and start going through them. I ended up getting rid of probably 95% of this top rack. And it's honestly just feeling so good to say goodbye to things. I knew today was going to be a little tougher when it came to decluttering because a lot of this stuff on these shelving units is brand new, never been used, and in perfect condition. And those are the things that are always harder to part with. Like I mentioned in last week's video, sometimes decluttering can feel like you are throwing your money away and just being wasteful, but it's a tough lesson to learn, and unfortunately, that is the lesson I had to learn. So I did want to get rid of everything because it is just sitting in my basement collecting dust, and I knew I was never going to use it. So it was the time, and honestly, looking back, I don't even remember pretty much anything I got rid of, and that just shows that I didn't need the clutter in my life.
I'm still the same inside my head, and I can't stop thinking about what you said.
I realized pretty quickly that almost everything in these boxes was decor from my old home. So that means this stuff has just been sitting on this shelf for the last 6 years, untouched and honestly unthought about. So I am donating all of it. Most of it is in perfect condition and it's just not really my style anymore. And I know that sounds a little frivolous, but things change and people change, and there just is no use for this in my home. So I am going to be taking this to the donation center. I do keep, I think, a set of mugs because we are going to be doing a coffee bar upstairs. We are getting an outlet put into our pantry so I can finally move my microwave, and we're going to put our coffee maker and our coffee bar in there. And I thought the cups that you will see soon would be perfect.
You had me at hello, 'cause where you go is where I go. I don't need nobody else. I got you.
I did have a comment in last week's video that I should not be throwing out anything and I should be making the effort to donate everything because somebody would make use of it. And I do 100% agree. When you can donate, you definitely should. And I will share at the end of the video all of the boxes I put aside for donation, but sometimes things just aren't worth saving. Anything you see me throwing out, there is a reason behind it, whether it is just garbage or maybe it's damaged and just not worth passing along. So if you see me throwing it out, it is because it does belong in the trash. So out of this entire first shelf here that was completely full, I am keeping this little box. And honestly, the only reason I am keeping this stuff is because it's photos and keepsakes. But that's it. Everything else is going.
I can take you anywhere, somewhere. We won't be scared. You will see me flying high. I'm staring into your blue eyes. We don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too.
We are just continuing on with sorting through what I am keeping and what I am donating. And honestly, I think everything on the shelf was donated. It was a lot of kitchen stuff. I had an old coffee maker. There was some patio plastic glasses and just things that I haven't used and I am probably not going to use. There were a few things that I found that I thought, oh, this is cute, I should keep this. But the fact that it's been sitting in my basement for years and I have not needed it or thought about it once, I just decided against it. I felt like I was getting better as I went on with the decluttering process. At the beginning, I had a harder time going through and getting rid of stuff, but I almost felt like it was fun to see how much I could really downsize everything. And at the end of this entire decluttering journey down here, I might do another quick look through of everything and just see if there's anything else that I have changed my mind already about keeping. I think I am going to narrow it down quite a bit and there might not be a lot, but it'll be interesting to see if there's anything else I can get rid of.
I know you wanna find another reason. I know you wanna lie, making me stay. But let's talk. Are you at the avenue? I don't need nobody else but me. It doesn't matter what you're gonna say. I just need time.
this box was pretty much just books, and I didn't end up keeping any of these except one. I do love to read, but I use my Kindle now. I got a Kindle for Christmas this past Christmas, and it is the best thing ever. I honestly did not think I was going to like it because I do like to have a paper book and feel the pages in my hands, and I just thought I wouldn't like looking at a screen, but it is so different than looking at a phone or a computer. So if you have also been on the fence about one, I would highly recommend getting a Kindle. It also saves you so much money because you don't have to buy books to read them. I did check out my local library as well for a bunch that I was wanting to read, and they were always out of the ones I wanted. There was such a backlog of people wanting to rent them out, and the Kindle has just been the best choice.
You're gone now, will you coming back? Yeah, I know that, yeah, I know that. You're the traveling kind, it's a known fact.
If you watched last week's video, you know that I found a big bag of shoes, but I was missing so many pairs to them, and I assumed that I would find more shoes around here somewhere. Well, both of those green bags were full of shoes and boots for the kids. So I have a ton more to sort through. I also have a big container of clothes, the one with the pink lid, and I am so happy I found this when I did, and this was just another reminder on why I have to get a lot more organized. I put this bin of clothing down here probably last year because Rowan no longer fit anything, and now Quinn fits all of it. If I would have waited another 6 months or so, I don't think Quinn would have fit any of the stuff in the bin. This bag that I am going through here is a bunch of summer clothes, but they are in 6 to 12 month size, I believe they were. So they are all just going to be put back into this blue bag and added to the donation pile.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, you're up in space. You're inside the noise. I can feel you. Once you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope it means that you'll come home to me. Once you've traveled the world, all the spaces inside your...
I cannot believe the amount of shoes that my kids have had. When I see it like this in a video, it just seems absolutely insane. I live in Alberta, Canada, and we do go through a lot of seasons here. We get a ton of snow, rain, sun, the whole thing, but it really does not excuse this amount of shoes, and I just do not understand how they have accumulated so many. So these were the shoes that were still left without a pair, and it was a decent amount, so I have a feeling we may find another bag of shoes somewhere in this mess.
You're the traveling kind, it's a known fact. Yeah, I know that. I hope I'll be your destination.
So this is the bin that I was talking about when I said it would all fit Quinn. The entire bin was 4T, and Quinn is currently 3, but she does usually fit a size bigger. And once I realized that she fit it all currently, I just ran it upstairs so I could just throw it in the wash as a little refresh since it has been sitting in the bin, and then I can just hang them up when they are dry because I didn't want to waste any more time of not using these clothes because it just seems like such a shame that they have just been sitting in this bin. So this bin here ended up being a bunch of homemade quilts and blankets that my kids have received over the years from each of their grandmas. So I wanted to keep all of these. These are something I will keep forever and pass down to my kids or maybe to their kids, and my grandkids can have them one day. So I'm going to just keep those in a bin on the second shelf, and then I am just going to put a bunch of the pillows on the shelf beside it. I'm not sure if this is going to stay like this. I would prefer to have the pillows in some sort of bin just to protect them from dust. But for now, this is fine, and it just helps me see what I have. So this is what things are looking like so far. I feel like I made some really good progress and I got rid of a ton of stuff. I did just keep a few things up here, a couple watering cans, and then I kept this tiered tray. I'm just not ready to part with it. I love it and I will be utilizing it somewhere. So I'm hanging on to that, a juice jug, coffee maker, and then just some photo albums. I have some pillows here. I'm not sure if these are gonna stay here. I would rather them be in a container so they don't get dusty, but that's good enough for now. And then I do have this container here with some keepsakes. It's just homemade quilts and blankets that my kids have gotten from their grandparents over the years. This is all empty. And then this is some fall stuff and the other half is empty. I'm gonna be moving things around, I think, as I get through the rest of the shelves, but this is what we have so far. I started organizing a lot of my fall stuff onto this bottom section, but you will see me switch things around. I did decide against it, and I ended up dedicating the entire middle shelving unit to my fall and Halloween stuff, and I ended up moving my Easter stuff and birthday stuff and just little miscellaneous things to the right side of the shelf. As I go through and declutter and organize different areas, you will notice me move things around a little bit. I was just trying to find the best way to get everything organized into categories and just what made sense to me. I didn't notice while I was filming, but I definitely noticed while I was editing, but in the bottom left corner in the bottom box, there's a little clown. It's a Halloween decoration, and his eyes just turned on, and I don't know why, but I found that so spooky as I was sitting here editing. I ended up finding this box here, which was some of the wall decor I had hanging in my old house. They were mostly picture frames and they were just quite brittle and just weren't in the best condition. So I did decide to just throw these out, but I of course did want to take the pictures out before I threw them in the trash. now we are going to start going through all of my fall and Halloween decor. I was actually really excited to go through this because I am going to be decorating for fall within the next couple of weeks, and this was just a good reminder as to what I had. I don't like to purchase a ton of decor every single year, but I do enjoy adding a new piece or two to a new space in my home. I did also want to get rid of all of the cardboard boxes that I have been using to store things and try to get everything to fit into the plastic bins. So that is what I am doing here. Actually didn't end up having too much to declutter when it came to my seasonal decor. I think it's because I do utilize almost every piece that I have, and each year when I pull it out and decorate, if I'm not using something, I get rid of it at that time instead of storing it until the next year. So I think that's why I've been able to stay on top of the seasonal clutter a lot better than just the regular everyday home clutter. I did also decide to store all of my fall stuff on the top rack in the middle shelf, and then I did dedicate the other two shelves in the middle rack to the Halloween stuff.
You got me dancing in your storm, burning everything we know, dressing up as firefighters. You got me dancing in your storm, I'm looking like a breeze, but really you're a forest fire. You got me feeling uncomplicated. Whatever happens is meant for us.
So this was the box with the creepy clowns in them, and this was the first time I noticed as I was filming that the eyes were on, and these are definitely a little spooky of a decoration, but I actually really like them. We put them along our sidewalk, so when the kids come up to trick or treat, the eyes turn on and scary circus music plays. But like I said, they definitely are a little creepy, but I don't know why I couldn't find a switch to turn the eyes off, so I did end up just putting them away in the bin, and hopefully that's fine, but I just couldn't get them to turn off. The last of the Halloween stuff that I needed to go through and declutter were the year's worth of costumes that we have collected. I did end up getting rid of a lot of these because my kids have, of course, outgrown them. The only ones I did keep were mine and Justin's costumes because of course we can wear them more than 1 year, and also some of Rowan's old ones because Quinn can wear them in the future. But anything that Quinn or Grayson has grown out of, I did donate.
You got me dancing in your storm, burning everything we know, dressing up as firefighters. You got me dancing in your storm, I'm looking like a breeze, but really you're a forest fire. Looking like a breeze, but really you're a forest fire. Looking like a breeze, but really you're a forest fire.
So this is how things are looking at the end of organizing shelf 2. I didn't actually plan on doing this shelf today, but since there was fall stuff here, I just thought it made sense to get it all done at the same time. But this is how it's looking, and I am super happy with it so far. So I think I mentioned what was on the shelf earlier, just miscellaneous stuff, pillows, Easter, and this is birthday stuff and a sewing machine. And then on this side, it is all of my fall decor up on the top shelf. And then the second shelf and the third shelf is all of my Halloween stuff. I am going to get some different bins. I like the way these ones fit on the shelves. So I think I'm gonna go and grab a couple more of those and replace this one and this one, just so they all match and just look a little better and fit better, because I will be able to fit a couple more here instead of just this one. And then I can put this stuff here. Unfortunately, this witch does not fit on the shelf, so I'm not sure where she's gonna go yet. Probably just in this corner somewhere once we deal with this in next week's video. But this is all we have left for the shelving units, and 95% of this is Christmas stuff. Christmas is my favorite. I have a ton of stuff for Christmas, and I'm excited to go through it and just see what I have going on. And then once we are finished that, we are going to finish the rest of the basement. So go through this stuff, figure out what I want to do with all this stuff. This side is our little home gym. It doesn't look very good or clean, so we might end up coming over here as well and just tidying it all up. And then we do have, of course, this side as well. This is where we have the mattresses. I have to bring those upstairs. I will obviously need a lot of help with that. I want to tidy this little corner up, and I have to go through this box here and everything that's behind here, which I'm honestly not even sure what's back there. But that is the progress so far, and I'm so happy and excited. We are making a huge dent in it, and I just cannot believe the before and after so far. I also forgot to mention, this is all of the stuff I'm going to be donating. I'm not going to take it upstairs yet just because we do have all of this to go through yet, and I will just add to the pile, and once I finish that, we will take all that upstairs, and we just have garbage and recycling on this side. But that is going to be it for part 2 of my basement declutter. I really hope you all enjoyed this one, and thank you so much for all of the love on the first part of this series. I am so excited that you guys were all excited to come along with me to finally get this basement tackled. But I really hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you all next week for probably part 3. I just want to continue on with this and just get it done. It's going to feel amazing having this completely done, so that will probably be next week's video, and then hopefully some fall decorating after that. But I will see you all next week with a brand new video. Bye guys. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel for part 3 of my basement decluttering series. Over the last few weeks, I have slowly been decluttering my entire basement, and I have made some huge progress down here so far. The first day we did focus on the floor because you honestly couldn't even walk around down here without stepping on something. Day 2 was dedicated to the first half of the shelving units, and day 3, which is today, we are going to be finishing up decluttering and organizing all of the shelving units that I have. If you did miss part 1 and 2, make sure you check those videos out down below, but I will share a few before clips right here so you can see where we started off and what things are currently looking like and what we will be dealing with today. So this is what is going on with the shelving unit so far. As you can see, the first 2 shelves are looking pretty good and organized, but this corner is an absolute disaster. I have piles of mostly Christmas decor here, and I was honestly dreading going through it. But to start the day off, I am quickly just rearranging some of the fall and Halloween decor. I have a little witch statue that I ended up having to leave on the floor last week because it did not fit on the shelving unit, but someone mentioned in the comment section that I should move it to the top shelf, and it did end up fitting perfectly here. So this was so much better, and now everything has a place and nothing is left on the floor. So now that this area is organized and functioning better, we are going to be moving on to this corner, which, like I said, I have been dreading. I absolutely love Christmas. I love decorating for Christmas, and I have a lot of Christmas decor that I knew was going to be a big job in itself going through it all. But the very first thing I am going to be doing is just moving everything out of the corner so I could see what I have, and also so I could get in here and get into the shelves. If you did miss my first video, I did mention that we did move into this house in June of 2018, so over 6 years ago, and I have not been downstairs in the basement to clean or declutter or organize, and it really showed. We are making such a big dent in the basement though, and each week I cannot believe the difference and the progress. It is feeling amazing to get this all done, and I just hope that this series is motivating you guys to maybe tackle a space that you have been dreading and avoiding, and it's just been sitting at the back of your mind. That is how I was feeling with this basement. It is something I knew I had to deal with, but I was just putting it off because it was such a daunting task, but it hasn't been as bad as I thought it'd be. Once you get down there and just start working and moving things around, it seems to just come together, and it really is not as bad as I thought it would be.
I'm acting surprised, but I know I'm not over you. Keep missing a fight, even though they're so overdue. We had a fire, now we're watching it burn low.
If you are new here on my channel, I did want to take a second to just say hello and welcome. I have noticed quite a few new faces in the comments section with this decluttering series. My name is Aleah, and I am a mom to 3 young kids. I have a 7-year-old son and 2 daughters aged 5 and 3. Things are chaotic and crazy around here more often than they are not. I feel like with the ages the kids are at, things are always on the go, and my house definitely takes a beating. I love to share cleaning motivation, decluttering, organizing, and the occasional room makeover here on my channel. So if that is the type of content that you enjoy, definitely make sure you subscribe down below before you leave today. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for being here and coming back for another video. But I wanted to ask you guys, do you keep your stuff like this in boxes? I love it in the boxes. I just think it looks neat and tidy, and obviously for moving up and down and storage, it just makes it look a lot cleaner, but it obviously takes up so much more space. So I'm trying to decide if I should take these all out of the boxes or keep them in the boxes, but I'm curious what you guys do. We'll see what ends up happening. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have enough storage space for all of this Christmas stuff. I have all of this stuff to try and find a home for, so I might have to take them out of the boxes, but I really don't want to, so we'll see what happens.
Struggling to come through, we had a fire that we watched it burn out. Isn't it time we go our separate ways? Not enough time, not enough time. I'm falling behind, I hate to separate my body and mind, my body and mind. You feel like demons in my mind, demons in my mind.
I did end up taking out a couple of items from the boxes just so I could get everything to fit on this top shelf. The boxes look nice and of course keep everything safe and less dusty, but they do take up a ton of space. So I did decide to take out a few and we're just gonna go from there. I also know a lot of your kids started back to school already. I asked a few videos back and I feel like a good majority of you said your kids started in August. But here in Canada, my kids start September 3rd, so they are finally going back to school next week. And I would be lying if I said we weren't all a little excited. My kids are going a little stir crazy at home and they are ready to get back out and seeing their friends. And we are all missing the routine of school. Don't get me wrong, I love summer. I love having my kids home. I love the freedom and the flexibility of the summer months, but I do crave routine and I thrive on structure and just having a schedule. And I know my kids are the same way. So we are all looking forward to that. And I am excited because Quinn is actually starting preschool for the first time this year. She's going to be going 2 full days a week. So I will have 2 days at home by myself to get my work done. And that is going to feel amazing. I have never had dedicated work days without my kids, so it's going to feel really good, and I'm excited to be able to put a lot more into YouTube. Over the last few weeks, I have been taking my kids back to school shopping, and we do have a tradition where I take them each one-on-one, which is one of my favorite parts of summer. I take them each to go get all of their back to school clothes. We pick their backpacks and their lunch kits, and we go for dinner and just make a day of it. And I take them each separately. As I said, we go on little one-on-one dates, and it is so much fun. I love to get that special time with each of them, and I know they love it too. It is one of my favorite traditions and something I look forward to each and every year. I also am going to be doing my fall decorating this week, so that video will be up next week, I think on September 3rd, and I'm really excited to share that one. I am also excited to have a little break from the basement decluttering. I know you guys are loving this series, but it is so much work, so I'm excited to do a decorating video to just break things up, and I really hope you guys are excited for that one too. And then I will be back the following week with part 4 of my basement decluttering.
I saw you from across the room. When our eyes met, I never knew that I could feel this way. And it's kinda strange. Don't even know your name. I don't know you, but I want to get to know you. Just wanna get to know you. I don't know you.
I ended up finding a ton of bags of Christmas lights, and these are colored lights, and I wanted to make sure they all worked before I packed them away because, of course, if they weren't working, I was just going to toss them. I used to love colored lights on my Christmas tree, but since we got a pre-lit Christmas tree, which I would highly recommend, by the way, pre-lit is so much easier, and I will never have a tree that I have to string lights onto again. But I love the white lights now. So we always do a white lit Christmas tree in our living room. And then in our playroom upstairs, I do have a tree with colored lights, but that one is pre-lit as well. So I don't necessarily need all of these strings of Christmas lights, but I am going to keep them and see if I can find a use for them, maybe in the kids' rooms or outside. But if I don't use them this year, I am going to donate them.
I've waited all these years for you right here. But how will I ever know if you go?
I was actually having a harder time parting with my Christmas decor than I did with anything else that I have decluttered so far. I feel like when I first started decluttering these shelves, it was so easy. I was getting rid of almost everything because I knew it had been sitting here untouched and unused. but for some reason with the Christmas decor, it was way harder to decide what to keep and what to get rid of. There was actually a lot in here that I have not used over the last couple of years, and I still was sad to see it go, but I made sure I stuck with my gut, and I did manage to get 2 boxes of Christmas stuff to donate, and I know someone out there will make use of it a lot better than I have been.
I really wanted to get it right, trying to find some balance in my life, but I never really put up a fight, didn't follow my dreams.
Speaking of donating, that is probably one of the more popular negative type comments I have been getting, is that I should be donating more and I shouldn't be throwing anything out because the donation center could always use whatever that is. And I do agree that I should be donating. I try and donate as much as I can, but if I am putting something into the garbage bag, it is because it belongs there. I promise I am not throwing out anything that could be donated. I am making conscious decisions when I am throwing something out because it is dirty or has holes or it just is not worth donating and it's broken or something's wrong with it. I know it's hard to tell on camera when I am throwing things out and it might look good and look like it could be donated, but I promise if it is going in the garbage bag, that's where it belongs.
I felt like I was never heard. All I wanted was to be loved. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost.
So now that I have went through the Christmas bins and made some room, I am going to go through all of my Christmas decor that has been loose and didn't have a home over the years and hopefully get it all to fit into one of the 2 bins. One of the Christmas bins is dedicated to Christmas decor, and the other one is wrapping paper and gift bags and ribbons and things like that. So I'm hoping that I can get it all to fit because I really don't think I need a 3rd Christmas bin. These are also the 2 boxes of donations that we have so far, and now I am going to go through and try and get everything else to fit nicely onto the shelves.
You're making time, time, time. You're making time, time, time. What makes it worth the
So I think I'm going to start going through some of the stuff right here, but looking at what I have on the floor and the amount of room I have left on the shelving units, I am a little nervous that I am not going to get everything to fit, which is honestly crazy. I feel like we have gotten rid of so much stuff. There is even more boxes and bags of donation upstairs from the first day, and we're still managing to fill this shelf up. I am going to condense stuff a lot more. I'm going to have to if I want it to all fit, so we will probably move some things around, but I am really shocked that I don't have as much room to work with as I thought I would. I did also go to Walmart yesterday and try and find these bins here. These are the 90 liter, I believe, and they didn't have any in store or online, which was such a bummer. I was hoping to grab a couple to exchange this bin and then I could get all of this stuff put away and it just would have made a lot more space, but we're just gonna keep going and work with what we have and hopefully we can get it all to fit.
I feel like I've been here before, familiar with the view. This ain't nothing new. And every time that you walk through the door, I'm hit by the same old side, blinded by the lights, and I'm going.
I thought this was all Christmas stuff left, but I did end up finding this bag and bin of a ton of random stuff. This is probably a bag from when I decluttered an area somewhere upstairs, and instead of getting rid of it or finding a home for things, I just threw it down here. And that is why this basement has gotten so bad over the years. I just never dealt with anything. It was so much easier to just throw it down here and never think about it again. But like I said, I am definitely paying for those decisions now, and I'm just so glad to finally be taking control and just dealing with it once and for all.
Stuck in the moment with you. The fuse wide open. Stuck in the moment. When I'm with you, I'm not myself. You bring out the best in me, the side of you can't see. And I don't need any other help than you standing by my side, if only for a while. I'm going through changes, and so are you.
I do only have 2 wreath containers, but I do have 3 wreaths, and unfortunately my Grinch wreath, which is my favorite wreath, it doesn't actually fit into the wreath containers, or at least not the ones I have. Just the way it's made, there's a wood sign and it just stops me from being able to close the container. So for now, I'm just going to hang this off of the shelving unit, and I might put a bag or something over it just to protect it, and hopefully it doesn't get too dusty. You will notice as I go, I am going to start moving stuff around on the shelving units to try and fit as much as I can onto these. I was able to make quite a bit more room, which is great, and I could get most of the stuff off of the floor. I did have to leave the snowman off to the side there, and also my little Santa Claus decoration, because they are both way too big to fit on the shelving units. I don't mind having a few things being stored on the floor, but I was really trying to avoid it. I do feel like if I leave things on the floor, it does look cluttered and unorganized, and that is the main thing I was trying to avoid. I wanted everything to have a home and have a space and just be out of the way. I wanted to be able to find things when I came downstairs to look for them and just have it in order. I have spent so many hours, and I mean hours and hours down here working on this project, and I want to be completely happy when it's done. So if that means I am taking the extra time to shuffle things around or maybe have to reorganize it a time or two, I am definitely willing to do that. So these blue bags that I am trying to fit on the shelf do contain all of my Christmas garland, and I did not like the way it looked just piled onto the shelf. So I did decide to store half of these underneath the stairs where I keep my Christmas trees. I am going to try and find a large bin so I can store it all together, whether that be on the shelf or underneath the stairs, because either spot would work and it would keep them out of the way. this is what we are currently working with. It looks so much better. It is such a night and day difference. And I am just feeling so accomplished and happy with how much more functional and just better this is looking. But we still have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of areas to declutter still. One being this corner over here. I've kind of been dreading this one because I don't at all know what's going on back here. So most of this will probably get decluttered. I think it's like shoes and home decor, and honestly, I'm really not sure, but we're gonna dig into that soon. But for now, I am going to get all of this stuff taken out of the basement because it is taking up a lot of space and just looking cluttered. So lots of recycling, a huge bag of garbage, and then lots of boxes for donation. I'm going to be taking these upstairs and just getting them put right into Justin's truck, because if I leave these sitting for even a day or two, there's a good chance they're gonna end up back down here because I lose my motivation. So that is my best tip. I have said it in the past basement declutter videos as well, but get it out of your house immediately so it's gone and not gonna end up somewhere else like a hidden closet or sitting in your hallway for weeks on end. We have made so much progress, and this is how things are looking at the end of day 3, and I cannot even believe that this is my basement. That is going to be it for part 3 of my basement declutter. There is definitely going to be a part 4 coming, and possibly a part 5. I guess it just depends how productive I am in the next video. But I am feeling so accomplished, and I am just really proud of myself for finally getting this done and tackling it back to back. I'm not putting it off. I am just getting down here each week and tackling another portion. Don't feel bad if it takes you weeks to tackle a project like this, because that is just realistic, and it's taking me a lot longer than I originally anticipated, but it's so worth every single second down here. But thank you guys so much for being here and spending this time with me. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next week with a brand new one. Bye guys. I think today's the day we are finally getting this done. Hello you guys, and welcome back to the 4th and final part of my basement decluttering series. I wanted to start today's video off by sharing the before clips in all of their glory. This was the biggest mess I have ever tackled here on my channel. On day 1, I was beyond overwhelmed with the mess and the amount of stuff that we had down here, and I knew it was time to get a handle on the situation. I ended up getting rid of over 50% of the stuff that you are seeing here. We decluttered so much stuff, and it honestly feels so good. I am so happy to be wrapping this project up. I am so glad you guys have enjoyed the process, and I am just really excited to have a nice, clean, organized, decluttered, and just a functional basement. So now that we have been reminded of what things looked like on the very first day, I am just going to show you a couple of clips of what things are looking like right now and the situation that we are going to be dealing with today. As you can see, it looks so much better, but we do still have quite a bit of work to do. We are actually going to be starting on the stairs leading down to my basement, and I'm sure this isn't even shocking at this point, but even the stairs to my basement are messy and cluttered. We have just been honestly, lazy is probably the best word when it comes to the basement. We would literally just throw things down the stairs and it would sit on this landing instead of just taking the 2 minutes to physically walk it down the stairs and put it away where it belongs. And if that does not let you know how things got as bad as they did down here, then I don't know what would. I fully acknowledge that it is a little ridiculous and honestly quite embarrassing how bad we let it get, but I am finally dealing with it now, and I definitely paid the price having to spend day after day getting it done. And I promise you guys, this will never happen again. But I am just going to be quickly sorting through everything that is on this landing. There was a lot of Halloween costumes and winter gear and a lot of shoes. So I am just taking everything that I am donating upstairs to add to the current donation pile I have. And then anything that has to be brought back downstairs to be organized onto the shelving units, I am doing that. And then, of course, I have my big black garbage bag for all of the trash that I am going to be getting rid of.
Loving me was all you tried when you were around. I've been told too many times now. Yeah, loving me was all you tried when you were around. I've been told too many times now. But somewhere I'll go and hide, looking for a new start. Yeah, somewhere I'll go and hide, looking for a new start, for a new start.
Now that we have this area under control and we have a clear pathway to bring some of the larger items upstairs, that is what we are going to get started on. We needed to bring these mattresses upstairs to get them out the door, and I have been dreading this since we started this basement declutter. I knew getting these mattresses upstairs was going to be a very difficult task for me, and I was right. I am not super strong. So when it comes to trying to get a king mattress up the stairs and around a really tight corner, I was struggling. Luckily, Justin is a lot stronger than I am, and he did probably 90% of the work. You probably even saw my kids crawl down the stairs to try and help me push my end. So it did end up being a team effort, and we got it done, but it definitely wasn't very fun. Now that those mattresses are out of our way, we have so much more room to work with here, and we actually were thinking of maybe getting a fourth shelving unit to put in this spot here. I'm not sure if we should or not, but you will notice we do end up accumulating quite a bit of stuff along this wall here, and I just think it would be better on a shelf. Things like this little chair, this was made for Grayson by my mother-in-law when he was born, and it is just adorable and such a keepsake and something I will keep forever. And I would prefer to have this up, stored somewhere safe instead of just left on the floor. I do not know when or why I purchased these heels. These are so incredibly high, and I have never and would never wear these. I probably couldn't even walk in these, so I don't know why I own them, but they are heading straight for the donation center along with every other pair in this pile. It is sad when you have practically brand new items and you are making the decision to get rid of them. I know a lot of people can get caught up in that cycle when they are trying to donate their stuff. It is hard to part with things that are still good and things you technically could use, but if we are honest with ourselves, we know we're not going to use them. If we haven't used them in honestly a year, you probably can part with it. If you have not used it in an entire calendar year, you are probably never going to notice it missing once you donate it. There were certain items while I was decluttering that I did struggle with that a lot. There is so much money that is being wasted as we were decluttering items, but I knew this is what had to be done, and there was no point in keeping these items to just continue to collect dust in our basement. And besides watching these videos back, I probably couldn't name one thing that I am going to miss from my decluttering. Once it is in the box and out the door, I forget about it completely, and that just solidifies my decision to get rid of it. Now we are back to the decluttering, and you will see here Justin being a bad influence on me. He was trying to convince me to keep this pair of boots because they were still in great condition and they are very nice boots. And I will say he did convince me. I added them back into my keep pile, but later on in the day, once I sat on the decision for a little while, I did end up throwing them into the donation pile where they originally were. I wanted to stick to my gut on that one and get rid of them because they have been sitting in my basement for 6 years and I have not missed them for one single day. So it was time to say goodbye to them.
Dreamy, breezy, we go.
As I was digging through all of my boxes of old home decor, I found this gem, and this is, I guess it's kind of like a homemade snow globe type decoration, but this is actually what Justin used to propose to me. My engagement ring was the star on top of the tree, and it was the most adorable thing. I don't know if I have shared the story on my channel or not, but while we were decorating our Christmas tree one year, we were putting the ornaments on the tree, and he said he made me some homemade ornaments. So I opened the box, and they were little stockings that said you and me. And I was so confused on why he didn't put our names on them and he put you and me, but I hung them up on the tree, of course, and then I took the second layer of them and it said will marry. So it was will you marry me? And I turned around and he was holding this glass jar globe thing he made with my engagement ring as the star on top of the tree. And it was just perfect, honestly. I was so taken by surprise, which can be hard to do when it comes to proposals, but I was so excited. I bawled my head off and I will never forget that moment. It was such an original way to propose. And I am going to, of course, keep this and put it out for Christmas as a piece of decor because it just makes me so happy, and I'm excited to eventually show my kids it and share the story with them.
Beyond gravel, beyond no. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes.
I feel like it's probably so loud because the air conditioning is blasting, but this is where I struggle with decluttering. I found all of the letters from Grayson's nursery when he was obviously a little baby. Justin and I actually made these, and of course we have the whole spelling of Grayson, but what am I gonna do with these? But it's hard because they're sentimental and they mean something and they're special to me, but they are just clutter. They're just things that will sit in the box for forever. I'm never going to use these again. So this is the kind of stuff I have a hard time decluttering because, like I said, I want to keep it, but I just really don't have a use for it. And maybe someone else would, I really don't know. maybe I can put these on Facebook and someone else that's creating a nursery for a little baby Grayson can use them, but this is where I struggle. Here is another box that is heading upstairs to be thrown in the truck and off to the donation center. Now we are going to be moving on to this back part of the basement, and a lot of the stuff in this area I am going to be bringing upstairs. Some of it actually belongs to my parents, so we are going to be sending that back to their house. I'm also going to be donating a lot of it, and there are a few pieces we are just going to be throwing into the trash. These pieces here are from Grayson's bedroom set. We did buy his current bedroom set when he was a baby, so we did decide to go with a conversion set so we could do a one and done buy and not have to keep buying beds for him. So it did start off as a crib, and then it converted to a toddler bed, and now it is the double bed that he currently has. But I do want to keep and store all of the pieces so when he does maybe eventually grow out of it, we can sell it as an entire set.
My dear friend, where have you been? Where have you gone? What did you win? Someone there, are you listening? Is it too late? My dear friend, we felt the sunshine, we found the gold. We thought we'd be forever young, but now I know.
A lot of the things over in this area of the basement were larger in size, so the stuff that I was keeping down here, like the extra doors and some of the light fixtures, I was just doing my best to make it look a lot neater and put together and just making sure everything had a place.
My dear friend, you know I give in. Been waiting so long to feel it. All of these years I've been listening. Are you all so numb? Do you still pretend? we'd be forever young, but now I know.
This desk here is actually one of the pieces that means the absolute most to me. It was handmade by my grandpa, who has since passed, so my kid's great grandpa, and I used to sit at this desk and do all of my crafts all the time. So the fact that my kids get to use this desk now is just so special. It means so much to me. The reason it is downstairs is because Quinn likes to sit here while I work out, and it's an easy place for her to be safe and have something to do while I can still keep my eye on her while I'm trying to get my workout in during the day while we are the only ones home.
Flashing light keeps it dead in my mind, leading me on like it's whatever. We could go on, but we should know better. We can go on.
I assumed that this box was just being used for storage of something else, but no, there was still a brand new microwave in here. It does not belong to us, so I am assuming it's my parents. Like I mentioned earlier, they do have a couple pieces in storage in my basement. They did live with us for 1 month a couple of years ago while they were in between selling and buying their new home. So we did just end up keeping some of their stuff and never gave it back to them. So I'm assuming this belongs to them. So I did just bring it upstairs and I will ship it off to their house.
It doesn't even make sense why I think about you. It was only one night, only that time, and it's not my style to be caught up in the middle like this. 'Cause now I dream about you.
So these were all of the leftover shoes that I didn't end up finding a pair for throughout this basement declutter, so I unfortunately made the decision to just throw them out.
But it probably won't, and I should let it be. But I'm gonna dive into you, and maybe I'll drown, but what can I do? And it would be alright to let me down.
I definitely could declutter and organize underneath my stairs a lot better, but I can't get the angles with my camera, so that will be something I do in the future off camera. But breaking down those few boxes that were being stored underneath there did free up some space for all of the extra paint cans that we had sitting on the floor over here. So I'm just going to quickly add these to the other paint cans that we already had stored underneath the stairs, which is great because it is nice to have them all in one spot.
These emotions didn't want them, but I guess that I'm stuck with them. They could go away, but I know they won't, and I should let it be. But I'm gonna dive into you, and maybe I'll try, but what can I do? And it will be alright to let me down. I'd rather we try than
I think one of the most popular questions throughout this basement decluttering series is if we are going to develop our basement, and we probably will in the future. We have had plans drawn up, we have a lot of ideas about it, and it is something we would like to move forward with in a couple of years. I believe we have around 1,100 square feet down here, so we have a ton of space to make it a really great, entertaining area. We would love to add a 4th bedroom down here, so all of my kids can have their own bedroom in the future when they are a little older. We would add a bathroom. We would love to have a gym. I want a movie theater room. I want a pool table. I would love a wet or dry bar. I would just love to make it a really great space to entertain family and friends and to have all of the kids' friends over and just make it a great area to be in. But I am going to share a couple of after clips here, and as you can see, it is night and day difference from what it was, and I am so proud of this transformation. So this is the door where you come down to the basement, and please ignore these few things. These are way too heavy for me to carry upstairs by myself, so I will be waiting to bring these up when Justin gets home from work so he can help me. But I cannot believe we are done down here. It feels surreal. I have never been so happy to have accomplished something. Like, look at this. The before and after is absolutely insane. I am proud of myself. I am so happy it's done. I am excited to have a beautifully organized space, and honestly, just having all of the extra room, it just feels so good. I have had a lot of questions from you guys if we are going to develop the basement, because we do have, I think, around 1,100 square feet down here that we could develop, and Justin and I have talked about it, and I think we will be doing that in the future sometime. I would love to add a 4th bedroom down here so my kids can all have their own rooms when they're a little older. We would love to do a theater room and a real gym and some sort of wet bar entertaining area. It would be so much fun. But this is the after. I will of course insert clips too and show you the befores and the afters, but I just cannot believe the difference this has made. That is it for this basement decluttering series. I am so happy and excited, and honestly a little bit relieved to have this behind me and just know I will never have to go through this again. It is going to look like this forever going forward. I'm never going to let it get out of hand again. But thank you guys so much for all of the love on this series. I'm so glad you enjoyed it, and it was really fun filming something new and different, and something you guys were really excited to see. I am inspired. I want to tackle another project, so let me know if you have any ideas down below in the comments. I would love to do a complete overhaul of the playroom. We do have some closet updates we want to do upstairs as well. So I am just excited for what else I'm going to be bringing on my channel this year. I'm just, like I said, feeling very inspired. But thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up down below. Subscribe if you are new, and I will see you all next week with a brand new video. Bye guys. Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. We are tackling the next room on my list when it comes to decluttering, and that is going to be my playroom. I'm sure you can see from these clips, it is desperately needed. It was a disaster in here. We have way too much stuff and not enough storage. We also used to have these bins beautifully organized, and it has gotten so bad over the last 4 or 5 months. I have not gotten in here and cleaned or decluttered properly, and it is really starting to show. So first things first, I am wanting to clean and clear everything off of the floors before we start the actual decluttering process. I find when I declutter, it makes such a mess to begin with. It's always worth it in the end, but I do like to have a clean space before I create a bigger mess, if that makes sense. So we're going to get everything cleaned up off of the floors, and then we will start diving into all of the bins and the closet.
Or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right.
If this is your first time here on my channel, hello and welcome. My name is Aleah, and I am a mom of 3. I do post new cleaning motivation videos every single week here on my channel. I love to focus on cleaning, decluttering, organizing, and the occasional room makeover. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back for another video. You may or may not have seen my most recent videos, but I have been tackling a huge project, which has been decluttering and organizing my basement. It was an absolute mess down there, and when I say an absolute mess, it was insane. It was so bad. It was embarrassing. I'm so glad I have moved on and dealt with it. And I am so proud of the progress I made down there. Getting the basement done really inspired me and motivated me to continue on with my decluttering journey. And I'm going to try and tackle the rest of my house before the year is over. The playroom was definitely the room I wanted to tackle first because it is the most problematic. We have so much stuff in here, and as my kids get a little older and go through different phases of their life, we just collect more and more stuff. So if I don't stay on top of cycling through and getting rid of the stuff they no longer use, it just gets out of hand so quickly. I do try and tackle this room at least twice a year, but it has been about 4 to 6 months since I was last in here. So I knew there was a ton of stuff to get rid of and probably a lot of broken stuff and garbage and things that just seem to accumulate in here. I also think it's never too early to declutter before Christmas. So we have to get rid of the old before we bring in the new, and that was my goal of the day. So now that the sitting area is clean, we are going to be moving on to the toy side of the playroom. I did want to pick up the few books that were on the floor and just clean up the few toys that were out as well. And then we are going to move on to dumping out all of the bins. I do need to invest in some new bins for this area. We have had these bins for quite a few years, and I labeled them when we got them with my Cricut. I did try and peel off the iron-on vinyl, but I could not get it off. So if there is a trick of some sort to get it off, please let me know down below. But I tried and I couldn't do it. So I do think I will just purchase some more. These were from IKEA, and I think they were around $10 to $15 for a 2-pack, if I'm not mistaken. So not a horrible price, especially when they did hold up quite well for us. But I really do want to get some new bins. These ones are a little bit in rough shape and they have seen better days, and I do want to relabel them. Pretty much none of the labels match what is in the bins. We don't have dinosaurs anymore, or superheroes, or cars, and what is inside each bin definitely is not matching the labels. So it is a little confusing, and I would like to have everything matching. I also wanted to quickly mention, if you are not yet following me over on Instagram, I would love for you to head over there and follow me on that platform as well. I do post a lot more of my daily life and just fill you guys in on things that are happening on a daily basis in our household. So if you are interested in following me on more than just the once a week check-ins here on YouTube, definitely head over there and follow me on Instagram as well. As I was going through all of the toys, I quickly noticed that Gray doesn't really have toys anymore. He, of course, still plays with the magnet tiles, or sometimes he'll play with the kitchen stuff, but for the majority of the time, he really no longer plays with toys. He's only 7, and I feel like that chapter of life is already closing for him, and it just made me really sad and surprisingly emotional. So most of the toys are for Quinn. Rowan does still play with the Barbies and the Polly Pockets and things like that, but yeah, like I said, it's mostly Quinn. So it is just really crazy how quickly the different phases of your kids' childhoods go. The last time I went through this room and decluttered, I did end up getting rid of bags and bags of garbage, as well as quite a few laundry baskets full of toys to donate. So when I started this day, I really had high hopes that I was going to get rid of a ton of stuff. But to be honest, I did not get rid of as much as I originally thought I would. I ended up finding that these bins mostly just needed to be reorganized and sorted through. I still do end up filling an entire garbage bag full of stuff, and I do fill the laundry basket for donation as well. I didn't want to get rid of anything that my kids still played with, and they do play with all of the stuff that I did keep. A lot of it is Barbies or Polly Pockets. We keep a lot of the kitchen stuff. We have our Hot Wheels, and then we also have the magnet tiles. So even though it looks like we still have quite a few bins, each bin was only about a quarter full. So it looks like a lot, but we really don't have nearly as much as we used to.
All my thoughts are running around inside my head. Emotions keep coming, they're keeping me from thinking straight. Thought it would be different when I got my things in place. Stuck in this commotion, how come I ain't past this yet? I wanted me to be somebody else, another me that doesn't need your help. But if I'm honest, I don't think we got it. I try to change the things you never liked, try to make this better, make this right, but we're the same, even though I changed. Really made an effort, promise I would change.
So in the end, I do end up still having 8 bins of toys. We have considerably downsized over the years. I believe we started with 14, and each time I go through the playroom, we do manage to get rid of 1 or 2 bins. So we are now down to 8. So I am putting those in the bottom 8 slots, and I'm trying to decide what to put on the top of these shelving units. As my kids get older and age out of certain toys, I'm sad because I don't want to get rid of this shelf area. I think it looks so good. It suits the room, but I'm not sure what we will fill this with once we no longer have the toys. So if you guys have any good ideas, let me know down below. But I would love to get a pool table eventually. So once they're a little older and the Lego table goes, maybe we can invest in a pool table for the family.
We're the same, even though I changed. Really made an effort, promise I would change, but something stayed the same. Wanted to do better, wanted to be great, but something stayed the same. Something stayed the same. Something stayed the same. I can change the way I am, the way I talk.
Something else I always notice when I clean the playroom, or honestly even their bedrooms, is that my kids all play better in a clean space. That might sound like common knowledge, but I honestly don't think we realize how overwhelming a messy space can be for our kids as well. I know I don't function well when I am surrounded by mess. So when my playroom is messy, my kids don't play in here. They will just contribute to the mess. They might throw things around or dump something out, but they don't actually play. But the second they got home this day and saw the playroom nice and clean, they grabbed something to play with and they actually sat down and played with it for hours. They all played so well up here for so long, and it just always surprises me, and it definitely motivates me to do a better job at keeping on top of this room. I explained this, I think, a couple weeks back in a video, that I used to be so good about doing a nightly reset every single night. The second my kids were in bed, I would reset the house. It would only take me 30 to 40 minutes, but I have gotten so bad at doing that. Now that my kids are older, they all have sports in the evenings, they all have homework or reading to do, and I feel like our nights are eaten up so quickly, and there is just not as much time in the evenings. So I find I'm way more tired at the end of the night, and I've just been so bad at doing my nightly reset, and I am really trying to get back on track with doing that. I will say, since filming this video, I have gotten into the playroom every single evening and tidied up. It only takes me 5 minutes since I don't have a large mess, and I am cleaning it every single night. So I highly recommend getting back into your routine if you have not already, especially with school back in session. I just have a lot more time to try and maintain my house.
2 p.m. I don't know where we are. Looks like a cheap motel with our clothes on the floor. I don't know how we ended up here. And we've been flying high. Are we going too far? I got no cash left and I'm losing my job over you.
So this is all of the garbage that I am going to be throwing out, and the laundry basket of toys is all heading out for donation. This chalkboard still gets so much love in our house. This was one of the best decisions we made, and it was so simple to do. I did a playroom makeover video probably almost 4 years ago now. I believe I was pregnant with Quinn, and all we did to do this wall is a couple coats of the Rust-Oleum chalkboard paint. So it was super easy, and it is probably one of the most used things in this playroom.
Yeah, I know it's bad, but I can't resist. When I look in your eyes, I don't know what is real. All I know is that I could go anywhere, as long as you're with me. Oh, I'm drunk and I know it, but I got you close and kinda hoping that one day we'll get the rhythm of it. Yeah, 'cause no one knows if we're just jumping out the window, try to cling on to it.
There was a phone charger wrapped around this toy, and it honestly took me probably 10 minutes to unwrap it. I sped it up very fast for you guys, so you don't have to sit through that, but it was making me so angry. I was about to throw the entire thing in the garbage. Now we are going to go through and organize and declutter all of my kids' books. I have organized this area quite a few times, but I don't think I've ever actually decluttered and gotten rid of any books. My kids have all used these books, and I have been waiting to get rid of the baby books because Quinn, of course, was a baby, but she is now a big 3-year-old and doesn't grab the really young kid books anymore. So I knew I could get rid of a lot of those. She is starting to enjoy the Dr. Seuss books and the ones that just are a little bit older. So I'm going to quickly just wipe this bookshelf down, and then we're going to start putting all of the books back onto it that I want to keep and get rid of the ones that I don't.
I pull into your driveway, it's a Saturday night. You look like $1,000,000 wearing that dress I like.
As I am doing this, you will notice me putting books on top of the bookshelf as well. These are books that I am keeping, but they are holiday themed. So Halloween, Christmas, Easter. So I am just putting those up top. So after I am done, I am going to put them in a bag and bring them downstairs to be sorted into my holiday decor. I always like to keep the holiday themed books with the holidays. It just makes them a little more exciting when a holiday rolls around and you have new themed books to read.
Dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes. I know you're all about the good vibes. Do you know how much I love you? Wanna see you smile. Where's that happy girl that I know with a heart on fire? I'll do anything to make it fine, but I can tell
So, a little off topic from the decluttering, but I wanted to get your guys' opinion on my hair. I have a hair appointment coming up next month, so in the next 2 or 3 weeks, and I am really debating going a little darker. I have always been a blonde. I have never strayed. I always go bright blonde. You guys have seen my hair on my channel and it has never changed. I do trim it or cut it a little shorter, but the color itself really doesn't change that much. But I am really wanting to go darker. I do have an inspo pic and I would insert it here, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to do that if it's not my picture, so I won't. But it is still blonde, but it is just a lot more darker. I do have naturally darker hair. I was a blonde as a kid, and as I get older, my hair does get darker. I'm sure you can see my roots in this video. That is my natural hair color, and I am thinking of just pulling more of that into my hair. My eyebrows are also very dark naturally, and I think it would just tie in a lot better, and it's fall time and winter, and I just think it would be a good time to do it. So let me know what you think down below.
If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes. I know you're all about the good vibes. We are all about the good vibes. We are all about the good times. Dance until it feels alright. All night. We're all about
The last area of the playroom that we are going to be tackling is this closet. This is where we keep all of our puzzles and games and all of my birthday gift wrap. So that is all what is on these shelves here. And as you can see, they have gotten very messy over time.
You're gone now. Will you coming back? Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. You're the traveling kind. It's a known fact. Yeah, I know that. Once you've seen all the things, all the
I found a bunch of boxes of old Xbox games and DVDs and different TV series that we had on disc. So I'm just quickly organizing those. I'm putting all of the Xbox games together, and I'm going to be giving those to Justin to do whatever he wants to do with those. He has not played his Xbox pretty much since we have had kids, so I have a feeling he is just going to get rid of these. I'm organizing all of the DVDs into a box. I am going to be keeping those because we do have a DVD player in our trailer. So when we go camping, it's nice to have these if it's raining or in the evening time if the kids want to watch something. So we will just be moving all of these into our trailer. And then all of the TV series, I think we're going to get rid of as well. We do own most of our favorites on Apple TV or they're already on Netflix, and we just really have no need to have them on DVD as well.
It's so close. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, you're up in space. You're inside the noise. I can feel you.
I was trying to figure out a way to fold up this little toy play tent, but I could not figure it out. And as I was doing it, I realized I don't even need to keep this because I don't think any of my kids would even fit in this anymore.
Inside your heart. I hope I'll be your destination. I hope I'll be your life-changing sensation. I hope I'll be something that you won't let go. I'll be your high when you fall down low. I hope I'll be your
So you will see me moving things around and trying to figure out where I want to store everything. And I did decide to put all of my kids' puzzles on the top shelf, and then I'm going to put all of the games together on the second shelf. I am just going to be trying to figure out what fits where best and just making it look as organized as I can.
Yeah, I know that. I hope I'll be your destination. I
do actually want to redo this closet and also my linen closet in the hallway. I hate the way the poles are underneath each shelf holding it up. It ends up eating up a lot of storage space and it's just really awkward in my opinion. So we are eventually going to rip these wire shelves out and maybe put in some floating wood shelves. I think that would look really nice and it would also give us a lot more storage space.
Took a bite, and now I'm filled up. I don't know where you are tonight. 'Cause you're right, I've been starving and now I don't know what to do tonight. But I've been feeling like you're pretty easy to like. When your body is closer to mine, you got me feeling like there's no one other than you who can make me lose my mind. You start me up like no one has ever could. You fuel my fire. What are the odds we end up loving this? Spending every minute together. I found it quite odd, quite lovely. You start me up like no one has ever could. You fuel my fire.
Now I am going to be dedicating these two bottom shelves to all of my gift wrapping. This is my own gift wrapping station and I'm sure there are better ways to organize this stuff, but this is just what works for me and I actually really like having it all in here. So I'm just quickly organizing it with tissue paper, all of the boxes of birthday cards I have. I have different rolls of wrapping paper, gift bows, and then the bottom rack is all of my gift bags.
End up loving this. Spending every minute together. I found it quite odd, quite lovely. You start me up like no one has ever could. You fuel my fire, fire, fire. 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 You fuel my fire. Let's keep this fire alive. Let's keep this fire alive. You start me up like no one has ever could. You fuel my fire. What are the odds we end up?
I hope you all are enjoying all of the decluttering and organizing that I've been doing here on my channel. I know I have been enjoying it. It feels so good getting my house in order and just having my home being a clean and organized space. It definitely relieves a lot of stress and I just function so much better in a nice, clean, decluttered environment. But thank you guys so much for being here and spending this time with me. I really hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up down below and I will see you all next week with a brand new video. Bye guys. Hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we are starting things off in my master bedroom closet. And as you can see from these overview clips, it is desperately needed. I don't think I have filmed and cleaned and decluttered in this closet on camera pretty much ever, so it is very much overdue. This is a room I have been avoiding for the longest time. We have so much stuff in here that doesn't belong in here, so you will see me going in and out of the closet about 100 times trying to find homes for everything. I am more than ready to tackle this room today though. It is one of those areas that I have been putting off for way too long, mostly because I knew it was going to be such a pain to clean. I knew it was going to create a much bigger mess for me after I got everything out of here, and it's just going to be a lot of work. But after last week cleaning and decluttering the playroom, it just made me realize how good it feels to finally tackle a project like this. So this is where we're starting. There is a ton to do in here, and I really hope this video gives you the motivation you are needing to tackle an area you have been putting off too. Usually when I clean a room, I do like to clean from top to bottom, so I will start with cleaning off furniture before moving onto the floor. But for today's video, I am going to be starting on the floor just because I wasn't even able to move around the closet properly with all of the things laying around, so I needed to get everything out of here so then I could make my way to the top of the closet. Now that I can fit my step stool in here, I am going to be clearing off the tops of the shelving units where really nothing should be up here. I don't want to store anything up here. I don't want it to look messy, so I'm going to be taking everything down. I'm also going to be going through and dusting off the shelving units, and as you can see here, it was disgusting. There was so much dust and dust bunnies. There was insulation from the attic. It was just a mess up here. By the time I was finished cleaning in here, my eyes were watering, my skin was kind of itchy. It was so incredibly dusty. It was definitely a little embarrassing. I wanted to go through this shelving unit shelf by shelf because these were just as dusty as the top was, and I honestly had no idea what was actually in each of these cubbies. So I'm just taking everything out and dusting everything off, and most of the stuff I am just going to be throwing on the ground because I honestly didn't end up keeping even half of the stuff. So it felt really good to do a declutter in here because there was tons of garbage and tons of stuff that we would never even notice missing. I actually got quite a few comments in last week's video of my playroom declutter about how you guys also have a hard time decluttering a space because you have a hard time parting with some of your belongings, and I 100% know what you're talking about. I have all of those same feelings when I am decluttering. It can be really difficult to get rid of stuff. It can sometimes feel like a waste of money because you know you spent your hard-earned money on your belongings and now you're just going to get rid of it and throw that money away. I feel like it can kind of even be a mind game in a way where I will look at something and really second guess if I should get rid of it or not because I might wear it next year or I might eventually use this, or the list goes on. But I promise if you can get through the act of actually putting it in a donation bag and getting it out your door, you will never think of that item again. I don't think I have one item that I could tell you that I miss or notice missing or wish I kept. Even watching this video, I forgot about almost all of the stuff that I do end up putting in the donation bag. I have not given it a second thought, and it just feels really good to declutter your space and your home, and honestly, it helps declutter your mind. I feel like it is such a weight lifted off me getting this closet tackled, so I highly recommend it. You guys can do it, and just take it one thing at a time. If you get into a space and you can get rid of one item, maybe go in there again the next day and see if there's another item you can get rid of. If it's an overwhelming thing for you, maybe try doing it like that, but I promise it is so worth it. These just prove how long it has been since I have actually cleaned this closet. These were our announcement photos when we were pregnant with Quinn. We announced when I was about 12 to 13 weeks pregnant with her. So these are almost 3.5 years old, which is absolutely insane. That means I haven't been in here since at least 2020. So extremely overdue. I was trying to show you how much dust was up here, but honestly, this clip doesn't even do it justice. But I did try to clean this up with my handheld vacuum, and this wasn't really working that well. It was hitting the roof and just wasn't picking the dust up as well as the cloth. So I just grabbed a microfiber cloth so I could get all of the dust out of here. Now we're going to start working on the center shelving units, and this is where we keep all of our pants. So our jeans, our sweatpants, my leggings. As you can see, I have a couple bins at the top. That's where I keep my swimsuits and things like that. And also our hoodies. I don't hang our hoodies up. I would much prefer them folded and on these shelves. So I'm just doing the exact same thing as I did on the other shelves. I'm just taking every single thing off so I can give these a real wipe down and clean, because of course they were disgustingly dusty. And then I'm going to decide what to keep and what not to keep. We also had an insane amount of stuff on these shelves that didn't belong here. We had pens and tools. I found a bunch of change and just things that don't need to be in here.
So my broken heart is beating, so tonight I will believe it. And I got this crazy feeling that someday I'll be okay. Wait, no, please don't go away. It's what you said to me, that without me you'll be lost. But hey, I remember yesterday and the promises you made, then the fact that we broke up. So I'm standing there with what's his name, and the memories come back to me. I just turn my back to you and walk away. Hey, 'cause I would be.
So this pink bin I am putting on the top shelf here is my nail kit. I do like to do my own gel nails at home. I used to be the girl that went to the nail salon every single month, but doing it myself has saved me so much money and I actually really enjoy it. I do have all of the stuff I use linked in my Amazon storefront if you are interested. But anyways, we are now moving on to the last shelf and we have a ton of miscellaneous stuff here. We have an old light fixture from when we did the girls' bedroom makeover. It somehow made its way into my closet and has lived here ever since. I have some organizers, a clothes steamer, I have an old baby monitor, and just a bunch of other random stuff. I have gotten so much better at getting rid of stuff that no longer serves us. Most of this stuff should have been gone a long time ago, but I just could not part with it for one reason or another. But now I just have a much better mindset, and someone else can make much better use of this stuff than it just sitting in a closet. I do like to use our local Facebook marketplace, and I've been posting all of my stuff on there, and it has been such a huge help for decluttering. My biggest issue when it comes to decluttering and why I put it off so long is because of the aftermath of the declutter. I always hate the mess you're left with. You're left with so much stuff to donate and throw out, and it always is just a big task at the end of a long decluttering project. But this takes that away. I have been posting everything on Facebook Marketplace for free, and it is always gone within the hour. People just swing by and pick it up. It's no hassle, it's super easy, and it's just been a great tool for me through my decluttering journey.
Wait a second, I don't need you. Then why so settled? I withdrew. Still it feels just like I'm waiting for something better. Wait a second.
I do like having a few bins in my closet to store things that might not look as nice on the shelf. I keep things like my bathing suits, belts, scarves, and other accessories in here. I have not went through these bins in a very long time, and I honestly never reach for them, so I did end up getting rid of about 85% of the stuff that was in these.
Might be overzealous, getting you in trouble. 'Cause I'm a little bit unsteady, even a little bit mad. Might be a disaster, or just the best you've ever had. Or just the best you've ever had. 'Cause I'm a little bit unsteady, even a little bit mad. Might be something better. Wait a second, I wanna stay.
This space looks so much better. It makes me so happy seeing everything folded nicely and neatly. And I even have some empty shelves left, which is crazy. I don't have any plans to fill these. I would love to keep things on the more minimal side, but it feels really good to have the extra space if we ever did need it.
Might be overzealous, getting you in trouble. 'Cause I'm a little bit unsteady, even a little bit mad. Might be a disaster, or just the best you've ever had. 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 'Cause I'm a little bit unsteady.
So before we move on to going through all of the clothes that are hung up, because I knew there was some more stuff I was wanting to declutter in here, I did just want to quickly run my vacuum over the carpet. As you can see, there was a ton of insulation on the floor, and of course there was so much dust in here. It was making me itchy and it was still irritating my eyes, so I did just want to quickly vacuum in here before we move on to the rest of the clothes.
Something I can never be without, yeah. I'm in your command. Thought I was a man of my own will. It's been 2 years. I'm only a shadow of the good on me now. A breeze in my ear. 'Cause you know
I did just recently go through some of my clothes a couple of months ago, but I knew there was still quite a few things I could get rid of. I still haven't worn a ton of this, and I just knew it was time to part with it. If you do have an area that you have decluttered, but you feel like you maybe could get rid of a few more things, I would highly recommend revisiting the area in another couple of weeks or even a couple of months, and I guarantee you there will be more for you to get rid of, because you will just realize you still haven't used it since the last time, and it just makes it a lot easier to part with.
stop it, so I keep on rolling in silence. So I keep on rolling in silence. I find myself apologizing when you've started it. Why? Under a spell, I really wonder.
I just wanted to give you a quick overview of everything that I am getting rid of. This is some of the shirts, and then I also have this huge pile of clothes on my bed that I have accumulated throughout this closet declutter. I am getting rid of a ton of stuff, and it feels really good.
But should it be like this? I'm loving the heat. I think I'm losing it. What do I? Every time you call my name, what do I? Whipping me into my.
I actually had quite a few clean shirts and pants that needed to be hung up, but I had no hangers to hang them up. But now that I got rid of a ton of stuff, it did free up some hangers and some closet space, so I am just quickly hanging up the clean laundry that has been sitting in my bathroom for the last couple of days.
So I keep on rolling in silence. Is this really healthy?
This closet has been hanging over me as such a daunting task for practically years, and I am so happy to finally have it done. It looks so good, and it just makes me happy walking in here every day, just having it clean and organized and presentable, honestly. It was really bad. I was embarrassed if anyone would come over and was in my room and happened to see my closet, so that is just not what I want for myself, and I am so proud of myself for finally getting this done.
Away from you.
I did have that large jewelry chest here, but I think I'm going to get rid of it and just hang some hooks here for my jewelry. I just like how open and empty this area is without it. It was big and bulky in here. We'll see. I might change my mind, but I'm going to order some hooks off Amazon and hopefully I like the way that works. Also, this is the jewelry chest I was talking about, but I feel like whenever you tackle a big project like that, you are left with a bigger mess than when you started. And honestly, that is a big reason I put it off for so long, but it was so necessary and I needed to get it done. I have all of this stuff here for donation, so I'm just going to quickly fold this up and get it in a bag, as well as I have 2 more bags of donation. I'm going to put these pillows in the linen closet. That's just laundry. This is a tent that belongs to my parents, but we use it for movie nights with the kids, but I'm going to put that downstairs and just get all of this stuff out of here, and I can just move on, and hopefully I will never have to look at any of this stuff again, except the pillow. So I didn't want to bore you guys with watching me drag all of those bags downstairs to get them to the front door for people to come and pick them up. But now that that is done, we are just going to move on to cleaning my master bedroom. My room was not looking great, so I was wanting to clean this while I was in here. My closet was nice and clean now, so I felt like my bedroom should match.
Story being told inside my head. I'm too shy to straighten up my bones and be a man. I gotta tear this wall apart to let you in. My friends say the time's running. Stay open till the end.
So now that I have everything taken off the dresser, we are going to go ahead and get this dusted and polished as well. Dust seems to be the theme of today's video, and I am so excited to have this all out of my house. I also mentioned a couple of videos back that I have just been feeling so unmotivated and uninspired and just very low energy, and I definitely think it was the time of the year, because now that the days are getting longer and the weather is getting warmer, I just feel like I am coming to life. I am feeling so much better. I am feeling so ambitious and motivated and just ready to take on all of the projects. I have been staying way more on top of my housework and just making a lot of positive changes. So I hope you all are feeling that as well, and we can leave the winter blues behind us.
Days pass and I'm still the same inside my head, and I can't stop thinking about what you said. Tear my wall apart. It's the only way to start to let you in. When it's over, I will see what I've done. Letting go too soon. Oh, I'll be strong.
Don't talk about it like you're crazy. You know damn well I can't replace you. Just say what you mean. Don't waste your time being mad at me. Say what you mean. Say what you mean. And you'll get what you need. Get what you need. What I do is try to give.
The last area that we are going to be cleaning today is my formal dining room. I don't show a lot of this room. We have not finished it yet. It has been on the list for quite some time and it is finally the next project we have going. So I'm hoping to have this room done in the next month or two. But as you can see, it is definitely a clutter magnet for us. I feel like we are always tossing stuff onto this table, and you will notice there's actually quite a bit of stuff collected around the table as well. It is one of those rooms that is out of sight, out of mind for us since we don't really use it unless we are hosting our family for dinner or we have a birthday party or something like that. It is just an easy spot to throw things. So I am going to be cleaning this room completely. I'm getting every single thing out of here and I am going to keep it like that because like I said, we are going to be starting the makeover in this room very soon.
We can go to figure out what we've done, what we need, what to do. Yeah, I got you, I got you, I got you.
I would love to know where you guys store your larger cleaning tools like your vacuums and your wet dry mops and things like that. I would love to store mine in my laundry room, but since we converted the closet in there to the built-in hall tree, there really is nowhere to put these. I do have my mop in the one empty corner. The other place I could put them is my office, but with my new filing cabinet in there, they really don't have a spot there as well. So they have always just kind of hung out in my dining room. But now that I plan on putting a hutch on the back wall, obviously there is not going to be room for the vacuum and I don't want it to be there either. So I'm just curious where you guys store all of your cleaning stuff.
When I say I quit, it's only 'cause it hurts. We got places we can go to figure out what we've done, what we need, what to do. Yeah, I got you, I got you, I got you. What I do is try to give you more than words. When I say I quit, it's only 'cause it hurts. We got places we can go to figure out what we've done, what we need, what to do. Yeah, I got you, I got you, I got you.
So as you can see, I have a ton of boxes and bins surrounding this table, and I'm pretty sure this bin here has been sitting here since Christmas. They still had some new stuff in here from their stockings. We had stuff in here from the dentist and chargers and a lot of garbage. So I took out the few things that we were going to keep and brought those upstairs to where they belonged, and the rest of the stuff in this blue bin was going straight into the garbage.
Changes, but it's easier with you. I'm going through changes, and so are you. And I find the moments when you're around me. I know you've got secrets, but I can't keep on. And we're fading in and out together.
So this box from Wayfair is holding all of our island lights that we purchased honestly almost a year ago. I believe we bought these last summer. I don't know if you guys remember. I think I did show them when they came in. I purchased these because I do not like our current island lights. They leave shadows all over the walls. They are kind of crystallized and they are just not my style. So I did purchase new ones and we still have not hung these up. I don't know what is going on with us. Like I said, it's been almost a year and they're still sitting in the box. So there really is no excuse. We are busy and I feel like we always have something going on, but I'm definitely going to make sure we make these a priority in the next week or so because I would love to get these hung up. And I honestly kind of forgot they were here. That is it for today's video. It ended up being a super busy and productive day for me, and I hope it was for you too. I hope this video motivated you to tackle a space around your home that maybe you have been putting off or dreading dealing with. Thank you all so much for spending this time with me. If you did enjoy this one, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up down below, and I will see you all next week with a brand new video. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. Today's video is full of cleaning motivation, and we are also doing some decluttering and some organizing. We are finally getting my pantry in order. I have been putting that off for quite a while now. It's another one of those jobs that I was just dreading, but it felt so good to finally get it done, and it looks fantastic now. I don't have a lot of the fancy organizers. It might be the unpopular opinion, but I feel like you don't need a Pinterest-worthy pantry with all of the expensive acrylic organizers to have a fully functioning space. I love how it turned out, and I am excited to share that a little later on. But today we are starting off in the dining room. I am just clearing off the table and getting all of the dishes put away. We also have some craft stuff to clean up, of course. It wouldn't even be a cleaning video if I didn't have to clean up some crafting stuff. I also have a bunch of paint dried onto my glass tabletop, so I am going to be grabbing my Sponge Daddy to scrub this off before we clean off the rest of the table. But whether you are sitting back and relaxing while watching, or if you are up and cleaning along with me, I really hope you enjoy today's video.
To be daring, baby, dance the night away. I let my head down if I won. Don't you just get tired chasing fame and being pretty all the time? Doesn't sound like fun. You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better.
If you are new here on my channel, hello and welcome. My name is Aleah and I am a mom of 3. I do post new cleaning videos every single Friday here on my channel. I share tons of cleaning motivation, but I also do love to include decluttering and organizing different rooms and spaces. I love to do some decorating, and we are currently making our house a home, so there are room transformation videos on my channel as well. We have so many plans for different areas around my home that we have not tackled yet, and I did tell my husband Justin that this is the year I want to have it all completed. I am ready to be done with all of the makeovers and all of the upgrades. I am so excited, and we are so close to being finished. If you are not new on my channel, you know that we have completed our kids' bedrooms, my office, and all of the main living spaces. We did also work on the backyard last year. The last rooms on my list are currently a master bedroom refresh and our formal dining room, and I would love to do our kitchen. You guys know I have been tossing around that idea for honestly years, and it is probably about 3 out of 4 people split that think I should go ahead and paint the cabinets white, and then about 25% of the people think I should just leave them alone. But it is something I have been wanting to do for so long, and if we're gonna do it, I think this is the year. So I guess we will see what the future holds. It just is so expensive and such an investment, and honestly, in this economy, it just might not be the move right now. But of course, between all of the home improvements I would like to make, I do always have a never-ending list of things to do and messes to clean up around my home. So if you do enjoy that type of content, I would love for you to stick around and subscribe down below.
You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. Oh, baby, baby, good at thinking out loud, but not too good at keeping promises. No. Oh, did you fool yourself enough to be proud? Oh, baby, baby, good at thinking. Even though your mama told you be the best that you can, she never warned you for the monsters dancing in your head. The devil.
I completely forgot that I had a half full load of dirty dishes from the night before in the dishwasher, so I just did my best to fit as many of the dirty dishes that I currently had in the sink into the dishwasher, and then I just left the rest to add to the dishwasher tonight when I do my second load of dishes after supper.
Walking out the door like that, you're not feeling sorry. It's your own fault. Now toss the salt. Oh, baby, baby, I don't know what to say. Every beginning's gonna end up the same. Spare me your thoughts and get out of my way. Baby, 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 baby. Even though your mama told you be the best that you can, she never warned you for the monsters dancing in your head. The devil on your shoulder strung you up on a thread. But I don't need to tell you, hey, don't you look at me like that.
Now that the main area of the kitchen is clean, I am just going to clean my little corner here where I keep my microwave and my air fryer. I know this area is not the most attractive looking, but it is what works for now, and I do actually plan on making this area a coffee bar, but again, I'm just kind of waiting on the kitchen decision. But the main thing I was needing to clean was my microwave inside because it was disgusting, as you can see here. Grayson loves to have chili for school pretty much every single day. So I do usually make a big batch on Sunday and then I freeze it in individual bags. But of course, I have to microwave it in the morning before I put it in his thermos, and it just makes such a mess. I need to get one of those covers that you can put on top of your food to protect your microwave because it would save me having to clean this out every single week.
I feel like I've been here before, familiar with the view. This ain't nothing new. And every time that you walk through the door, I'm hit by the same old tide, blinded by the lights, and I'm gone.
I have 2 birthday parties to start planning. Quinn is at the end of May and Grayson is at the beginning of June. Their birthdays are only 8 days apart, but they do have 4 years separating them. Grayson is turning 7 and Quinn is turning 3. I absolutely love birthdays. I love any reason to celebrate, but I of course love celebrating my kids. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Quinn's we are just going to do at home, but Grayson wants to rent a space and have all his friends from school school. It is actually going to be one of our first big friend birthday parties, so it's definitely going to be a change of pace, but I'm really looking forward to getting those done, and I will include some party prep if you guys are interested. Let me know down below in the comments if that is something you would be interested in seeing.
When I'm with you, I'm not myself. You bring out the best in me, the side of you can't see. And I don't need any other help than you standing by my side. If only for a while, I'm going.
So now we are going to be moving on to my pantry, and I am just starting off by showing you some quick overview clips just to show you what we are working with. I feel like it has been a very long time since I have cleaned out my pantry. I have not decluttered or organized it in a very long time. There was so much stuff in here that I didn't even know I had. I found loaves of moldy bread, which is absolutely disgusting. I found some stuff that expired years ago and just things we weren't going to need and weren't going to eat. So I grabbed some stuff to donate as well because there's no point in it sitting here to go bad and then I just throw it out. So we're just starting off by moving everything off of the floor so I can actually move around in here, and then we're going to start on one side of the pantry and just make our way around.
You're gone now, will you coming back? Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. You're the traveling kind, it's a known fact. Yeah, I know that. Once you've seen all the places, I hope it means that you'll come home to me. Once you've traveled the world, all the spaces inside your heart, I hope I'll be your end destination.
So now that I had the floor cleaned and I wasn't stepping on a bunch of crumbs, I am going to move on to cleaning off this countertop area so I can use this to take stuff off the shelves and put them on here.
I'll be your high when you fall down low. I hope I'll be your end destination. You're far away and yet so close. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, you're up in space. You're inside the noise. I can feel you. Once you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope it means that you'll come home to me. Once you've traveled the world, all the spaces inside your heart, I hope I'll be your end destination.
I do have some of these shallow acrylic bins where I store all of the kids' snacks and things for school. And I've mentioned this before when I have cleaned my pantry, but I just feel like it is such an awkward shape. I feel like the sizes of the shelves are just kind of silly. You can't fit a lot of things in them. You can't fit boxes of crackers. Some shelves don't fit anything taller than a soup can, and it just seems a little ridiculous for a pantry. So that is why I had to get these really shallow shelves so I could actually fit the kids' snacks in here, because the boxes never fit on these few shelves that are in the middle. It is the one thing I dislike about this pantry. I am very lucky that I do have a large pantry in general. Just some of the shelving sizes are kind of not practical. So one of the cans of hot chocolate powder that I had did expire back in 2016. I know this is just sugar and it probably can last a lot longer than its best before date, but I felt like 2016 was a little excessive. That was 8 years ago, so I thought this was time to throw it in the trash.
My dear friend, where have you been? Where have you gone? What did you win? Someone there, are you listening? Is it too late? My dear friend, we felt the sunshine, we found the gold. We thought we'd be forever young, but now I know we can't keep floating, we have to fall. This is the beat of broken hearts, is it all lost? We can't go on.
So this little piece of bread was at the back of my bread shelf, and as you can see, it is so moldy. It is absolutely disgusting. I honestly debated even sharing this clip because I don't want to be attacked, but this is just real life, and sometimes bread gets moldy and just gets pushed to the back of a shelf. So that's what happened here, and it's probably only been here for about a week and a half, but really there is no excuse, and I will just try to do better.
All of these years, I've been listening. Are you all so numb? Do you still pretend? We felt the sunshine, we found the gold. We thought we'd be forever young, but now I know we can't keep floating, we have to fall. This is the beat of broken hearts, is it all lost? We can't go on again, 'cause you seem like you want it bad. My head is spinning off the edge, and I'm giving in way too fast, way too fast.
So like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you definitely don't need a bunch of beautiful acrylic containers to organize your pantry. I do have some for my cereal and for some of my pasta, but that is about it. I would be lying if I said I haven't thought about getting a couple more just to organize the space a little better, and I might in the future, but it is just not necessary. Acrylic organizers, and honestly any organizers, can just be so expensive and they really are unnecessary. You can organize your pantry without any of the fancy stuff and it can be just as functional. Yes, the organizers and all of the bins and baskets can look beautiful, but just know it is not necessary.
And I'm giving in way too fast, way too fast. We can't go on again, 'cause you seem like you want it bad. My head is spinning off the edge, and I'm giving in way too fast, way too fast.
So I decided to move all of the stuff on this shelf here to the very top shelf. It is stuff that I don't use as often, and then I cleared off that second shelf for all of the larger snack items. I honestly have not had a shelf that I could fit some of these larger boxes of snacks and some of the larger bags, so this felt amazing, being able to organize all this stuff and just have a home for it. That is the biggest issue I've had in the past with my pantry, is I would put all of the larger items on this countertop here because it didn't fit anywhere else. So now having a designated area, I think it's going to be a lot easier to just keep everything clean and organized.
I'm acting surprised, but I know I'm not over you. Keep missing our fights, even though they're so overdue. We had a fire, now we're watching it burn.
So like I mentioned, there are some of the shelves that are a lot shorter and pretty much made for cans. I'm sure these were built for can shelves, but I just wish they were larger in size. I wish all of the shelves in here were the same size, and of course, I wish that was the larger size so I could just pick and choose where I wanted to put things and not be forced into having to put things on certain shelves just because of the size.
Struggling to come through. We had a fire that we watched burn out. Isn't it time we go our separate ways? Not enough time, not enough time. I'm falling behind, I hate to separate my body and mind. My body and mind.
So now that I went through all of the shelves, I am just throwing out anything that has gone bad or is stale. And I was actually pleasantly surprised that I didn't have to throw out a ton of stuff. We have obviously stayed on top of rotating out our food, but there was a lot of things that were pushed to the back of the shelves, like the bread. And I also had some little baby snacks from when Quinn was 6 months old to a year. So over 2 years ago. So it's been a while since I've been in here, but it feels really good to have this done. And as you can see, it looks so much better in here. I am so happy to have this done. I love that I am able to see everything that I currently have, and it just feels really good to have a clean, organized pantry. So I'm just going to quickly